It was the kind of stormy night that kept most people indoors. But Nora wasn't like most people. Wrapped in her old raincoat, she trudged through the pouring rain toward the lighthouse on the edge of the cliff. The lighthouse had stood there for over a century, its beams slicing through the dark ocean, guiding ships to safety. It was said to be haunted, but that didn't bother Nora. She had a job to do. Nora was a historian, researching forgotten stories of the town. And tonight, she had permission to explore the abandoned lighthouse, a place no one had stepped foot in for decades. The wind howled as Nora reached the base of the lighthouse. The door creaked as she pushed it open, her flashlight casting a narrow beam of light into the dark interior. The air smelled of salt and damp wood. The spiral staircase loomed ahead, winding upward into the shadows. She hesitated for a moment, then whispered to herself, "It's just an old building. Nothing to be afraid of." Her boots clanged against the metal steps as she began her ascent. With each step, the sound of the storm outside faded, replaced by an eerie silence. Dear friends, I need your support. Subscribe my channel. That's motivate me to make more quality videos for all of you to improve your English. Let's continue story. Reaching the top, she found the keeper's room. It was small, with a dusty bed, a rusted lantern, and a wooden desk. On the desk lay a leather-bound journal. Nora's heart raced as she opened it. The handwriting was faded but legible. The entries started like any sailor's log, detailing the weather, the ships passing by, and the routine of maintaining the light. But as she read further, the tone changed. The keeper wrote of strange occurrences, a ship appearing on the horizon, only to vanish moments later. A voice calling his name in the middle of the night. Footsteps echoing on the stairs when no one was there. Nora shivered. The last entry read, "Here tonight." The voice was louder. It said it was coming for me. If I don't make it through the night, let this journal be my warning. A loud crash startled Nora, making her drop the journal. She whipped around, her flashlight flickering. "Hello?" she called, her voice trembling. No answer. Suddenly, the beam of her flashlight landed on something in the corner, a small, carved figure of a ship. She picked it up, examining the intricate details. As she turned it over, she noticed a name etched into the wood, the Amelia. The name sounded familiar. She rummaged through her bag, pulling out her notes. The Amelia was a ship that had vanished near the lighthouse over 80 years ago. Its disappearance was never explained. As she pieced together the story, a cold gust of wind swept through the room, extinguishing her flashlight. In the pitch black, Nora fumbled for her spare battery. But before she could fix her flashlight, the room was bathed in an eerie glow. The lighthouse's beacon had turned on. "That's impossible," as she whispered. The mechanism was ancient and hadn't worked in decades. Heart pounding, she climbed to the very top, where the massive glass lens rotated. There, she saw him, a man in an old-fashioned coat, his face pale and weathered. "Who are you?" She asked, her voice shaking. The man turned to her, his eyes filled with sorrow. "I was the keeper," he said softly, "and I failed." The ghostly figure told her the truth about the Amelia. The night it disappeared, he had fallen asleep on duty. A storm had swept in, and without the light to guide them, the ship had crashed into the rocks. "I've been trapped here ever since," he said, his voice heavy with regret. "The souls of the lost sailors haunt this place, and so do I. We cannot rest." Nora felt a pang of sympathy. "Is there a way to help you?" she asked. The keeper nodded. "Find the ship. Bring back what remains of them. Only then can we be free." Determined to help, Nora spent weeks researching the location of the Amelia's wreck. She spoke to divers, studied old maps, and pieced together clues. Finally, she found it, a site just off the coast, where jagged rocks jutted out of the water like teeth. With the help of a local dive team, she recovered items from the wreckage: a captain's log, a bell, and a locket belonging to one of the passengers. Each artifact told a story of the lives lost that fateful night. One stormy evening, much like the one when she first entered the lighthouse, Nora returned with the artifacts. She placed them on the keeper's desk and waited. The room grew cold, and the ghostly figure appeared once more. "You've done it," he said, his voice filled with gratitude. "We can finally rest." As he faded away, the whispers of the sailors grew louder, then softer, until there was nothing but silence. The lighthouse never lit up again, but its story lived on. Nora wrote about her experience, sharing the tale of the Amelia and its keeper with the world. Every time she passed the lighthouse, she felt a sense of peace, knowing that she had given the lost souls the closure they deserved. Please support me for more videos. I'm working so hard to make these videos for you to improve your skill. Subscribe my channel and press bell icon for latest updates. See you soon in next video. Bye bye and take care.